Okay. Hi, Mister. I think that stereotypes and the identity shape people's culture because, as we have seen several times in class, culture is not something that is defined only by the place where you live, the place where you were born, but also by the things and the traditions that you choose to do. So, for example, one person can identify as different cultures. If we speak, like, I could classify myself in the culture of being Mexican, like in a really general way, but I can also classify myself in the culture of being a woman and also in the culture of being a student in Prepa Cumbres and also in the culture of being a teenager in Mexico. So there are a lot of subdivisions that can really affect that. And with that comes in hand like stereotypes. So when we were younger, when we were like trying to, and when right now also, we are trying to learn our perspective from the world, and sometimes stereotypes don't help a lot in that, since stereotypes give us really fixed ideas about a specific group, about a specific country, culture, or age group. So, for example, many of us might think that a common stereotype with older age groups is that they are not really good with technology, but in fact, sometimes the stereotype, well, in most cases, the stereotypes are not true. So it is like a way that we make our minds make up our minds before we even get to know the specific group or the specific quality that or trait that those people represent. So, for example, uh, a common stereotype that has been created, like it's not a stereotype but an idea that has been created all over the world and that I have personally encountered several times with people that think that is that Mexicans in general are all drug dealers or are involved in illegal stuff, when in fact like that it's not true. The amount of Mexicans that are involved in that is a really small amount in comparison to the rest of the population. However, since TV shows and books, series, movies, etc., have talked about this situation related with our country, it is some really big misconception that people have about us. It's also like when a lot of people are afraid of people that are Muslim because they think that they are all terrorists, or when they are, or white people are afraid of people from color because they think that they don't have values or they don't have morals or they behave in a more primitive way, which is not true. We are all the same actually, but it's just common misconception that we have about people without getting to know them. Then the as I said before, culture is not something that can be easily defined. Culture is defined by our personality, the place where we were born, the people that are around us, the context where we live in, the country in which we live in, the ideas that the country has, the stereotypes that are in our culture, the different behaviors people have, etc. But the 10 elements that are really important to culture are language, religion, values, customs, aesthetics, education, political system, economic system, legal system, and social organization. And for me, the most important thing that makes up a culture, I think, is language. It can be like something really cliche or really weird to say that I believe that that is the most important thing. Since, for example, in Mexico we speak Spanish, and in Colombia too, and in Spain too, and in Argentina too. But the Spanish that we speak here is not the same Spanish that they speak. So we have a lot of slang, and they don't understand, and the other way around, we don't understand some things that they mean, or they mean different things with the same words. It's a really weird situation that many people need to get used to when they move or when they get to know people from other countries. So I really like that, and I really think that that is a really important element of culture. Like, it is the way that we communicate, and it is the way that the people in a specific group understand each other. And I believe that it is really important to have an intercultural mindset, because with that we can be open to avoiding stereotypes, to avoiding misconceptions about other people. And with that we can also create a really empathic society in which we live in. And with that we can open ourselves to trying out new stuff and meeting new people. And last but not least, the difference between cultural appropriation and appreciation is that when someone appropriates of a culture is that they use another culture for their personal benefit, but in cultural appreciation they work together with the culture to have both parts equal benefit or sometimes more one.